We're live from Joliet, Illinois, and underway a half inning into today's game one of a softball doubleheader between the University of St. Francis and Trinity International University. Saints come up to bat in a scoreless tie, and the first pitch of the game from Taylor Carley comes in low for ball one to Anna Weatherall. Apologies once again for the technical delays in today's game. We should be good to go for the next 13 and a half innings. The Trojans did not score in the top of the first against Morgan Derringer as Weatherall hits the next pitch into the air, left field, taking a step in and making the grab is Emily Gifford for out number one. Weatherall is retired by Carley to start off today's game. We'll take a look at the starting lineups for both teams here presently. We'll get you the stats on the starting pitcher, Taylor Carley, as well. Derringer gave up one hit, but no runs in the top half of the first inning for the 13-5 Saints, who are playing their third and fourth conference games of the year. They swept Calumet College of St. Joseph yesterday to begin CCAC play. Brooke Carricker hits one foul to the right side for an 0-1 count. Carricker is the second baseman today, batting second in Amanda Jensen's batting order. And she takes the ball to even the count at one. Allie Belandis stands on deck. She'll do the catching. Hitting cleanup is the designated player, Kayla Garcia. Jensen Torzinski bats fifth, playing first base. There's a swing and a ground ball to the right side, scooped up by second baseman Jessica Vroman, who throws over to first base, looking to retire Carricker, but I think we got a foul ball here, is the call. Let me get you the rest of the lineup, and then we'll sort this situation out as Jensen Torzinski bats fifth and plays first base. The shortstop and number 6 hitter is Ashley Gallison. Haley Length hits seventh and plays left field. Caitlin Rolniak is at third base, and Paige Egan bats ninth and plays right field. They got the area around the rubber cleaned up. Carricker's going to dig back in. So, the legal pitch was the call. And now Carricker is able to make good with her second chance as she knocks it out to right field and bounces it in for a base hit. So Carricker ends up on first base. After all, she originally had grounded out to second base before the illegal pitch had been called, and now she ends up with a one-out single, the first base runner for St. Francis in this young game. Starting pitcher for today's Trojans of Trinity International is Taylor Carley. Carley, a junior pitcher, starting for the 7th time this year. It's her 10th appearance overall. Leads the team with 4 wins to 4 losses, and also leads Trinity International with a 3.64 earned run average. Carley has thrown 50 innings coming into play today, allowing 33 runs, 26 of them earned on 67 hits. 12 strikeouts, 5 walks. She's allowed a 319 average, and that's going up as Belandis shoots it straight up the middle on the ground and over second base. That's a hit for Belandis. Carricker advances 60 feet. She's into second. And a runner in scoring position here as there are 2 on with 1 out for Kayla Garcia. Garcia steps into the batter's box hitting .457 for the year. On-base percentage near 600. It's at .594. She had a big day in yesterday's doubleheader despite really not doing much with the bat. She walked 3 times and reached base 4 times. As part of the doubleheader, she also picked up 1 RBI and is currently second on the team with 18 of them. She takes a ball low. The count is 2-0 on the sophomore slugger Garcia. Kayla Garcia, primarily a first baseman a year ago. She is today's designated player. 2-0 pitch is fouled backwards for strike 1. St. Francis winners in their conference openers yesterday. Trinity International playing their conference opener today. 7 wins, 7 losses overall this season. That was their non-conference slate. Now they begin CCAC play. Yesterday, Judson swept Roosevelt in a doubleheader. So that ball misses low. The count now 3-1. And of course, you already know St. Francis swept Calumet St. Joe's in a doubleheader. Those were the 2 conference doubleheaders yesterday. Ground ball, third base side, right along the line, and it just does roll foul. Kayla Garcia catches a break there. That would probably have been a double play if it had stayed fair. Carried third baseman Laura Naveau right to the bag. So she would have had an easy force and then probably could have taken her pick as to whether or not she wanted to throw the first or second base. Garcia pops it up left side on the infield. Backing up is the shortstop Gina Loy. She makes the grab. Infield fly rule was in effect, but she put the squeeze on it just the same for the second out. The runners hold their positions. Carricker is at second. Allie Belandis is at first. And now Jensen Torzinski will try to come through with a clutch hit. She had a big 2-out RBI yesterday. See if she can do it again today. Leads the team with 20 runs batted in this year. 340 hitter. She swings the first pitch and grounds it to third base. Deveau picks it up, steps on the bag, and ends the inning 5 unassisted on the fielder's choice. And we'll head to the second inning. Each team saw a runner reach scoring position in the first. Neither team able to get that runner in. 1 inning down, we have no score here in Joliet. Top of the second inning, and Tenley Bozzi leads things off. Right fielder for the Trinity International Trojans. She takes ball 1 high from Morgan Derringer, St. Francis ace, who started and threw a complete game shutout in game 1 of a doubleheader yesterday against Calumet College of St. Joseph. Fouled away by Bozzi. The count evens up 1-1. Derringer followed that performance up in game 2 of that doubleheader. She came out of the bullpen and threw 4 more shutout innings. So she overall yesterday threw 11 scoreless frames and picked up 2 victories. Ball outside 2-1. So she entered today with a 9-2 record, a 1.79 ERA, making her 10th start of the year. 66 2/3 innings this season coming in. Here's a swing and a miss for strike 2. She had allowed only 25 runs, only 17 of those earned. 55 hits, 87 strikeouts to just 22 walks. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Bozzi. Check swing pop up in foul territory, right side, and just out of the reach of Allie Belandis as it scrapes over the fence. Out of play, still 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bozzi, the number 5 hitter in the batting order for Trinity International today. She plays right field. Once her at bat is done, I'll read off the rest of the starting lineup. Apologies again for the technical problems. We were not able to get on the air in the top of the first inning. Ball outside, the count goes full. And we'll tell you right now that the shortstop Gina Loy is waiting in the on-deck circle. Derringer's looking to put away the leadoff batter. Fouled away, Bozzi stays alive. Pesky at bat so far, a couple of 2-strike fouls. Still 3-2, and so she'll see an 8th pitch in this at bat from Derringer. Tenley Bozzi, a .238 hitter this season, 10 hits and 42 at bats. There's a swing and a ground ball to third base, scooped up cleanly by Caitlin Rolniak, who fires across the diamond and records the first out. Rest of the lineup for Trinity International today: Jessica Vroman led things off, playing second base. Peyton Carley is the center fielder, batting second. Emily Dumas is at first base. Doing the catching and batting fourth, Sarah Grigas. You just heard Tenley Bozzi batting fifth and playing right field. Number 6 hitter is Gina Loy. The shortstop stands in and takes strike one. Batting seventh, third baseman Lauren Naveau. The number 8 hitter is their designated player, and that's Danielle Daly. Taylor Carley bats ninth and does the pitching. Our left fielder not in the batting order is Emily Gifford. 1-1 on Loy. Swing and a miss. And she falls behind in the count. 1-2. Gina Loy hitting .243. It's a good hitting team overall, Trinity International. .273 team batting average. That ball misses outside. It's 2-2. They average to score about 4.5 runs per game. Tough to get that kind of production, though, against Derringer. Ground ball, weakly hit left side, picked up by the shortstop Ashley Gallison. She throws it over to Jensen Torzinski for out number 2. Back-to-back groundouts begin the inning, 5-3 and 6-3. And Derringer will look for the game's first 1-2-3 inning. Facing the left-handed hitting third baseman, Lauren Naveau. She tries to bunt at the first pitch, but slaps it backwards. Strike one. No score in the top of the second inning. Saints were victors yesterday, 6-0 in game one, 5-3 in game two. Off to a good start to conference play. 13-5 overall this year. They are the number 18 team in the country. Ball high, 1-1. And these are the last two games they'll play before the next rankings come out today. Doubleheader against Trinity. Second game to follow about a half hour following the conclusion of game one. There's a ball outside, 2-1. So the Saints would like to finish out this polling period strong, get a couple of wins today, and see if maybe they can move up the rankings a few spots. Fouled away by Naveau, 2-2. Morgan Derringer, one of the best strikeout pitchers in the country, entered play today with 87 of them in only 67 innings. And now she's got Naveau at 2 strikes with 2 outs and nobody on in the top of the second. Ball 3 high, another full count. Trinity hitters have been patient against Derringer. They've been working the count consistently. Only 1 runner on base though so far. There's a liner up the middle, and that'll be the second base runner. Just out of the reach of the second baseman, Brooke Carricker. And Naveau is aboard. 2 out single. As we move to the bottom of the order, Trinity will try to scrape across a run or two against Derringer here. Danielle Daly is the batter. Hitting just 107 this year. She's got 3 hits and 28 at bats. She does have 1 RBI. First pitch from Derringer. Big swing and a miss, well behind that heater. Daly not able to catch up on the first offering. Naveau singled with 2 out. She's at first base. Derringer misses outside on Daly. 1 ball and 1 strike. There's a strike over the inside corner. And once again, Derringer's 1 strike away from getting out of the inning. Naveau was able to shake off a 2-2 count, come up with a single. Now the 1-2 is swung on and missed for strike 3 on Danielle Daly, and the inning comes to a close. Naveau was running on the pitch, throw down to second base was dropped, but it's not necessary. A swing and a miss was the 3rd out of the inning, and once again, Trinity International leaves a runner on base, unable to score. We'll head to the bottom of the second. Saints try to strike the scoreboard first. 0-0. Bottom two, it's Ashley Gallison, Haley Lent, Caitlin Rolniak to hit here against Taylor Carley. Got off to a good start, gave up a pair of singles, but did not allow any runs in the first inning. Gallison swings to the first pitch, taps it back to the pitcher. Throw to first is just in time. Gallison out by half a step. Taylor Carley very deliberate in fielding that ball. She took her time making the throw, but she threw a bullet over to first base. A little bit low, but dug out by the first baseman, Emily Dumas. Nice play all around for out number one on the first pitch. And here's Haley Lent taking ball one. 3 in a row retired by Carley, the older sister of center fielder Peyton Carley. There's a ground ball down the third base line. It's foul. And the count is 1-1. Trinity International comes into today's game on a bit of a hot streak. They've won 4 consecutive games. Saints trying to put a stop to that right here today. Swing and a miss. It's 1-2. St. Francis has taken the best shots of some of the CCAC opponents early in the conference season. Yesterday, Calumet St. Joseph was here. They had come in on a 3-game winning streak, all high to even the count at 2. A couple of those wins against ranked opponents, but they were not able to come out victorious in either matchup with the Fighting Saints. There's a tapper foul left side, still 2-2 on Lent. Haley Lent, junior, outfielder, infielder, transferred last year from Muscatine Community College. Ball outside, the count is full. Has settled into a starting left fielder's role. And she takes ball 4. Nice at bat by Lent. Fell behind 1-2. She was able to stay patient, took 3 straight bad ones from Taylor Carley, and she finds her way aboard. That snaps the string of 3 straight retired. Second time in as many innings that the Saints have gotten a 1-out base runner. This time, though, it's at the bottom of the order. We'll see if Rolniak and Egan can make some hay against Taylor Carley. Rolniak squares up to bunt, drops it down right back to the pitcher. Carley throws to first and gets the out. Rolniak is retired 1-4. The runner does advance, so it's a successful sacrifice for Rolniak. And with that bunt being performed with 1 out, I imagine Amanda Jensen has a pinch hitter in mind, because typically that's Paige Egan's role. She'll come up as a bunter when she does bat. But with 2 outs and a runner in scoring position, they're not looking for a sacrifice here. They're looking for a hit to get them on the board, which means likely we'll see, and we will in fact see, a pinch batter. It's going to be Julie Chernikowski, the backup catcher. Chernikowski, limited action at the plate this year. She's had only 5 at-bats, but she has a whopping 7 RBIs in those 5 at-bats. She's 3 for 5 with a triple. She's also walked twice and been hit by 1 pitch. It's good for a .750 on-base percentage. She's reached 6 of the 8 times she's stepped up there this year. Unsuccessful in her lone at-bat yesterday. It's the 2nd time all year that she's been retired, and granted, not a lot of action, but still 10 games played. To have only been retired twice is pretty impressive. She takes strike 1 from Carley here. Chernikowski being used as a pinch hitter, but we'll likely see Egan back in the game to play right field come the top of the 3rd inning. Saints are hoping that's a few batters away still. Ball in the dirt, and it gets away from the catcher and heads to the backstop. Advancing to third base is Haley Lent, and now she's just 60 feet away with a 1-1 count on Chernikowski. Dangerous spot for the junior pitcher Carley, especially with Derringer on the other side, and every pitcher that faces Morgan Derringer knows you can hardly afford to give up even a single run, especially early in the game. Ball in the dirt, 2-1. Derringer has thrown 2 shutouts this year, including 1 yesterday. So far in the home season, she's thrown 13 innings without allowing a run. So even one for St. Francis would be huge. There's a roller to the right side, picked up cleanly by Loy, who tosses over to first and ends the inning. Saints get a runner to third, but Carly does indeed pitch out of the jam. We'll head into inning number 3. Still no score on the board. Taylor Carly leads off the top of the third inning and swings through the first pitch from Morgan Derringer for strike one. New right fielder for St. Francis, and it is not, as previously surmised, Paige Egan. It's Maddie Keating. So she's the third player to hold that spot in the batting order. As Carly takes ball one to even the count. Egan started. Trinikowski pinch hit, and now it's Keating playing right field. Swing from Carly, popped up right side foul territory. Torzinski, Carricker both chase it down, and it'll be the second baseman Brooke Carricker making the grab for out number one. Pop out into foul territory, and for the third time in as many innings, Morgan Derringer has retired the leadoff batter. It brings up second baseman Jessica Vroman. Vroman struck out looking to begin the ball game just about 35 minutes ago. Here she takes strike one. Vroman is the second leading hitter on the team this year. Batting .362 coming in. She takes ball one to even the count. Trinity International wearing gray uniforms today with blue trim. Saints in their brown tops with their home white bottoms. Bunted foul behind home plate. 1-2 on Vroman. Chilly late March day. No sun today. Ball two to even the count. Yesterday it was cool, but it was sunny, and that really warmed things up until around 7 o'clock when the sun set and it became quite a cool night. Fouled away, still 2-2. Today a lot of cloud cover overhead, so a lot of heavy jackets and blankets surround the field. Fans sitting in the bleachers today. Ball low, 3-2. Of course, the weather's not uncharacteristic of a March 23rd game. We're an hour earlier today than yesterday, a 4 o'clock start time today. So if all goes according to plan, the majority of this doubleheader will be played prior to sunset. There's a pop-up shallow right field. Keating gets her first chance. Takes a few steps in and makes the grab. First ball hit into the outfield today, on the fly at least, against Morgan Derringer. Yesterday she pitched game one of the doubleheader, and I think it was the 6th inning before anybody hit the ball into the outfield. And that included a couple of hits that even on the bounce, didn't go to the outfield. They were infield hits. Ball low, 1-0 on Peyton Carley. Carley is the center fielder, and speaking of infield hits, she's 1 for 1. Line went sharply to the left side of the infield her first time up. Ashley Gallison made a great diving stop on it, but the shortstop had no play, so Carley safe her first time up. This time she hits it a little bit softer to the shortstop. Gallison able to stay on her feet and make the grab to end the inning. So 1-2-3, top half of the third. First perfect inning for either side today. Derringer and her teammates will head back to the dugout and get ready to come to bat in the bottom of the third. Tied up, 0-0. Top of the order for the Fighting Saints. They'll each get their second look at Taylor Carley, whose first pitch of the inning is swung on by Anna Wetherell. Foul to the right side, strike one. Wetherell's 0 for 1. Flew to left field. Back in the bottom of the first inning. St. Francis trying to break through against Carley, who's pitched well so far. 2 innings, she's allowed 3 base runners, but nobody's been able to come in to score. Ball 1 to even the count. In the second inning, Haley Length walked, made it as far as third base, but was stranded there. Ball 2, low and outside. Hitters count on the leadoff batter, left-handed hitting center fielder Anna Wetherell. That ball bounces off the plate, 3-1. Wetherell, .435 hitter, entering play today. Now, most teams, that would really be something to write home about, but not the leading batting average on this team. St. Francis, as a club, coming in, hitting .358. That ball is flown out to left center field. It's deep, but it's playable. Backing up is the center fielder, Peyton Carley, who makes the catch. So Wetherell's flown to left. She's now flown to center. She's 0 for 2. Here's Brooke Carricker. Carricker's hitting .344, but again, on a team that's got 3 batters hitting above .400. A .344 average, which would lead most teams at this level. As Carricker takes strike 1. Almost looks just average. It's actually well below the team batting average of .358. Ball low, 1-1. Allie Belandis on deck, hitting .429 this year. Ashley Gallison, who would hit only if 3 batters reach base this inning, is hitting .380. Ground ball left side, off the glove of the shortstop Loy and out to center field. Brooke Carricker's aboard. She had a hit in the first and now again here in the third. Hard hit grounder. Loy made a move to her left, just couldn't quite pull it in. A couple of tough bounces and it kicked off the heel of her glove. Allie Belandis 1 for 1. She singled sharply to center field her first time up. Belandis takes ball 1. Belandis, a senior, a 4-year player here at the University of St. Francis. She's been a mainstay in the middle of Amanda Jensen's lineup for the last several years. Trying to start a rally here with one out in the bottom of the third. She takes a strike. Taylor Carley's done a nice job by retiring the leadoff batter in every inning, but with one out, Saints have had a base runner in each of the first 3 frames. Ball low. Count is 2-1. Trojans don't have much of a bullpen to speak of. Only had 3 pitchers throw this year. Carly, Tenley Bozzi, and Grace Magnuson. There's a one-hopper back to the pitcher. Carly throws to second for the force. They'll try for 2, but the relay throw is well late. Trying to get Belandis at first base, so she grounds out 1-6 on the fielder's choice. Belandis safe at first, and the batter is Kayla Garcia. Garcia 0 for 1 with a pop out. The point as far as the lack of the bullpen is that Carly can be expected to, if not go the distance, then come darn close to it. She has not been removed from a game this year. In 6 starts, she's got 6 complete games. Ball low on Garcia, 1-0. She's been their best starting pitcher this year, so they're counting on good things from her, and they've gotten them so far as Garcia grounds it to third base foul, 1-1. Bottom half of the third inning here. Still no score. Good pitcher's duel early, despite the fact that there still has been only one 1-2-3 inning. There have been a lot of base runners for both sides. Both pitchers have controlled the damage. Ball high, 2-1. Garcia, 5 feet 8 inches tall, a sophomore out of Lane Tech High School. Takes the ball low. Set the freshman home run record a season ago for St. Francis. This year, she's got just 2 of them. So she hasn't hit for the same kind of power early on in the year. But she is getting on base regularly. And doing it again right here. She takes ball 4 below the knees. Second walk issued in the game by Carly. Belandis advances to second base. 2 on. 2 out for Jensen Torzinski. Torzinski came up in the same spot in the first inning. Runners at first and second, 2 outs. She was not able to come up with the big clutch hit that time around. We'll see if she can this time. Torzinski 0 for 1. Grounded into a fielder's choice last time around. She takes a strike here from Carly. Taylor Carly had just 12 strikeouts in 50 innings coming in, so she pitches to contact. She has not struck anybody out today, but consistently her opposition has hit the ball on the ground. Ball low, 1-1. Aside from Anna Weatherall, nobody else has flown out in the game. They've all been ground outs with 1 infield pop. Ground ball right side. Roman throws over to first and ends the inning. So again, Carly walks the tightrope and gets out of it without falling. 1 hit, 1 walk, but no runs and 2 left. We've played 3. 4 still to go. No score. St. Francis and Trinity International. 3, 4, and 5 due up in the top of the fourth for Trinity International. Emily Dumas leads things off and takes ball 1 from Derringer. Morgan Derringer's retired the last 4 she's faced. He had the first perfect inning of the game in the top of the third. Pop up on the infield, Rolniak. Johnny on the spot there. Pop out to the third baseman and an easy out, number 1. 5 in a row set down by Derringer. Here's Sarah Grigas. 0 for 1. She ended the first inning by grounding out to third base. She takes strike 1. No score in the top of the fourth. Saints have had 5 runners on base so far in today's game. There's a fly ball out to shallow center, and it'll drop in between Carricker and Wetherell. Loop base hit for Grigas. Placed that ball perfectly on the edge of the outfield grass. Carricker was going out from second base, Wetherell coming in from center, and just out of the reach of both of them. Here's Tenley Bozzi. Bozzi takes ball 1. 0 for 1 with a ground out in the game. The Saints had 2 base runners in both the first and third innings. They had just 1 in the second, but she made it as far as third base. So they've had a lot of chances early on, but Taylor Carley's been able to shut the door every time. St. Francis left 5 runners on base through 3 innings. Trinity has left 2 runners on base through 3. There's a high fly out to shallow left center. That is playable for Haley Lent, who comes in, makes the grab. She throws back to first base, looking to double up the runner, but the ball sails into the dugout, and Grigas will move into second. So nice catch made by Haley Lent, but a costly mistake as her error allows Grigas to move into second base. Even if the throw had been on the money, it would have been well late to get Grigas. It was not on the money, and as it went into the dugout, an extra base for Grigas. So she's in scoring position. First one to reach scoring position for Trinity since the first inning. Gina Loy coming up to bat next. The umpires first having a discussion here. Maybe trying to determine where to place Grigas, and they're placing her at third base, or allowing her to stay at third base, which is where they initially put her. Grigas was on her way back to first when the ball went into the dugout. She gets an extra base for the ball leaving the field of play. And so now the umpires will discuss it again. After a quick word with the St. Francis head coach. I assume that that's what they're discussing, where to place Grigas. There really wasn't anything else controversial to occur on that play. There are 2 outs regardless, with Gina Loy coming up, and Morgan Derringer, the way she's been going, probably not all that concerned with where the base runner is at this point, as long as she can attack the next hitter and finish off the Trojans for the inning. She's hopping around out near the circle, ready to go to face the next hitter. The umpires appear to be ready to rule as they call Amanda Jensen over again to explain it to her. Again, Grigas standing at third base right now. She was at first on the single with 1 out. Bozzi flew out to left. Length made the catch. Threw back to first, looking to double up Grigas, who had already made it back to the bag when the throw went into the dugout. When it left the field of play, she was able to advance to the next base. If she had already been on her way to second, then the extra base would give her third as well. She had not been going to second at the time the ball left the field of play. She initially went halfway, but went back to first base when the throw came in. So she was given 2 extra bases on the air. And they continue to talk it over right now. Dumas popped out to third. Grigas singled. Bozzi flew out. hence the 2 outs and 1 runner on at the moment. Loy is set to come to the plate. Gina Loy, a .243 hitter, has 7 RBIs this year. She's got a pair of home runs, 2 of the 3 that the Trojans have hit as a team this year. So she is certainly capable of putting her team out in front. Still looking for our first run in today's game. Derringer 11 outs into it so far. More than halfway to what would be another complete game, like Taylor Carley on Trinity International. Derringer has not been removed from any game this year. She has started 9, she's finished 9. As a starter, she's finished a few more as a reliever, including 1 yesterday. In fact, she does have a save this year. Yesterday was not a save because she came into a tie game. The team took the lead after she had already entered, and so she got credit for her second victory of the day. All right, the situation finally settled here. It will remain as it was. Runner at third, 2 outs. Derringer pitching, Loy hitting. And because of the lengthy discussion that those umpires had, Derringer is going to get a few extra warm-up pitches here to get herself back into a rhythm. She's ready to go. The hitter will step in. Number 22, Gina Loy.
Now batting, shortstop, number 22, Gina Loy.
Loy is just a freshman, shortstop from Skokie, Illinois. Graduated last spring from Niles North High School. She lays off the first pitch from Derringer. It's ball 1. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Biggest moment of the game here for Derringer. It's the first time that the Trojans have gotten a runner to third base. Derringer's trying to make her the 3rd runner left on today. Ball inside, 2-1. So it's a hitter's count on the freshman, senior pitcher. Swung on and missed, blew it right by her. 2-2. Derringer's got 3 strikeouts so far today. She's 1 strike away from wrapping up the 4th inning. And she's got it, swing and a miss. And the Trojans are done in the 4th. Despite a single and an error putting a runner at third base with 2 outs, Trinity does not score. Derringer, 4 more shutout innings in the books so far today. We've reached the halfway point of this game. On our way to the bottom of the 4th. No score. Morgan Derringer and the Saints were able to get out of a tough spot in the top of the 4th. Now in the bottom of the inning, they try to hit the scoreboard for the first time. Gallison, Lent, Rolniak due up. Maddie Keating is due up 4th this inning. Not sure if she'll bat if we get to that point. We'll see as Gallison takes ball 1. Taylor Carley's next pitch. Grounded to the left side, charged by the shortstop Loy, who throws in the dirt at first base and not in time. Gallison beats it out for an infield single. There may have been a slight bobble at first base by Emily Dumas. The throw was in the dirt, but it looked like Dumas picked it pretty cleanly. Gallison was just able to beat it. So she's at first base. Length is at the plate, and for the first time today, Saints have the leadoff batter on. There's a bunt from Length. She'll stop along the baselines and allow the throw to go to first base. The putout will go 3-4. It was picked up by the first baseman, Emily Dumas. She threw over to Jessica Vroman covering the bag, and it's a perfect sacrifice for length as Gallison moves into second base. One out, runner in scoring position for Caitlin Rolniak. Rolniak herself dropped down a sacrifice bunt last time. Good base running there by length. She just stopped, didn't allow the tag to be applied easily. If she had just continued running down the line, Dumas would have just left her glove out there, tagged her, and then maybe thought about throwing over to second base to see if she can catch Gallison napping. But when length stopped running, Dumas had to turn and fire over to first base, and with the throw to first, no chance to get Gallison at second. So there's ball one down low to Caitlin Rolniak. Rolniak this season, a .278 hitter. She does have 13 RBIs. She takes a ball outside. It's 2-0. She certainly has come up with some clutch hits this year. A chance for one right here. Bottom of the fourth inning. Saints try to move in front for the first time. Strike call, 2-1. Gallison at second base. One out in the inning. Another runner in scoring position for St. Francis. They've had at least one in all 4 innings this evening. There's a swing and a miss, 2-2. Nice work so far by Carly in this at-bat, getting Rolniak to swing and miss at that last pitch. She's worked her way back into the at-bat, falling behind 1-0 and then 2-1. Now it's 2-2. And Rolniak takes ball 3, low and in. Full count. Keating stands in the on-deck circle. Go-ahead run in scoring position with only one down in the fourth. Next pitch. Ground ball third base side, a diving stop, but in foul ground. Nice effort by Lauren Naveau. She really laid out for that ball. Clearly to the left of third base and a foul ball. We'll do another 3-2 here. 7th pitch coming to Rolniak. Foul tipped. She keeps it going for at least one pitch more. The on-deck batter, Maddie Keating, has just 9 at-bats this year. So again, not entirely sure she's going to bat for herself if we get there. Good spot for Rolniak as it's fouled away. Won't want to leave this to somebody without a lot of experience, and especially in a 2-out situation. So Rolniak trying to get at least one run in on her own. She's had a good at-bat. This is the 9th pitch. Tapper, third base side, this time fair. Picked up by Naveau, who throws over to first and gets the out. Gallison moves into third base on the play. And with 2 down, we will see another pinch hitter. So this number 9 spot in the batting order went from Paige Egan to Julie Chernikowski to Maddie Keating out in right field. And now to, I would imagine, Lena Mito in this spot would come up as a pinch hitter. We'll see which bat off the bench they do decide to pull in. Runner at third base, 2 outs. Second runner to reach third in the game for the Fighting Saints. Rather, runner at second, I should say. Gallison not able to advance on that last ground out, but she does remain in scoring position as Saints have had a runner at least second in each of the first 4 innings. It is Mito batting. Lena Mito, the ace pinch hitter on the club the last couple of years. And she takes strike 1. Gallison at second. Here's the pitch. Mito swings and lofts it into center field. Stepping in, Carly makes the grab. That ends the inning. Saints get a leadoff single. Do not score. They leave Gallison at second base. 3 innings still to play, and nothing has been decided yet. We've got no score after 4. We've got a pitcher's duel through 4 innings. Saints have 4 hits and a walk, but despite all the base runners, 2 walks actually, no runs, and Trinity has got 3 hits. But they have not been able to score either through 4 innings. Here in the 5th, it's the bottom of their order coming up. Lauren Naveau leads things off and takes strike 1. Naveau, Daly, and Taylor Carley to bat against Morgan Derringer, who pitched out of a jam in the 4th inning. Runner at third, 2 outs, struck out Gina Loy. Tapped to third base, picked up by Rolniak, who throws over to first and gets out number 1. Naveau is retired, and the batter is Danielle Daly. Daly came up with a runner on, 2 outs in the 2nd inning, and struck out to end that inning. And before she can bat here, Allie Belandis has got to sort out her equipment behind the plate. She took off the chest protector, was readjusting something. So just a slight pause in the action while she gets herself ready to go again. All the principal players seem to be ready now. Daly stands in. Here's the first pitch from Derringer. Ball 1. Trojans have just 8 outs to work with. The Saints have just 9, and they haven't had any more success offensively than the Trojans have. Strike 1 over the inside corner. Count is even. Taylor Carley stands in the on-deck circle as the next pitch comes in for a strike. It's 1-2. Daly takes the ball to even it up. Danielle Daly got the start as a hitter in today's game. She is the designated player. Subbing in for Emily Gifford. There's a ball high, 3-2. Gifford's playing left field, but is not in the batting order. Gifford an .071 hitter so far this year. Daly at 107. Fouled back, still 3-2. So neither of them has been great with the bat so far this year. But the Trojans decided to go with Daly in there to start at the plate. She takes ball 4. 1-out walk, and it's the first walk issued in the game by Morgan Derringer. Not the hitter you want to put on for free. She's batting just 107 this year. She works her way on for free. 4th time she's drawn a walk this year, and that's part of the reason she's in there as well. 4 walks and just 33 plate appearances, 34 plate appearances. Strike 1 on Carley. That's something that Gifford does not do quite as frequently. bunted, right side foul. It's 0-2. Daly entered play hitting just 107, but with a 242 on base percentage, thanks to those bases on balls. She draws another one here. Runner at first, one out. There's the ball inside, 1-2. Top of the order coming up. Jessica Vroman stands on deck, hoping to hit with a runner in scoring position as Carly looks to advance her. Foul tipped. Still 1-2. One on, one out, scoreless tie in the fifth. Right-handed pitcher, right-handed hitter. Derringer delivers. Hit in the air to shallow center. Wetherell comes in. Wetherell puts it away. 2 outs here in the fifth. And we are back in the leadoff spot. It's Jessica Vroman's turn to hit. Vroman is 0 for 2. She went down looking to begin the ball game. Flew out to right field in the third. Swing and a miss. Strike one. Took a little head start right there. That pitch flew up to her shoulder area and couldn't catch up to the heat. Fouled back. Again, trouble catching up. The count is 0-2. Derringer has ended 2 innings already with strikeouts. Trying to make it 3 out of 5 innings to go down that way right here. Derringer versus Vroman, the 0-2. Just off the outside corner. 1-2. Peyton Carly on deck. She'll bat only if Vroman can keep the inning alive by reaching base. Ground ball to the right side, and we're going to get some interference here as Carricker ran in to try to make the play, and she was kind of shoved out of the way by Danielle Daly. Carricker's got a free lane to the ball there, and she was not given that path by the base runner Daly, so Daly is called out for interference, and the inning is over. That play will go officially for unassisted. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 left on. We'll head to the bottom of the fifth. Saints 0, Trojans 0. Derringer and the defense have done the job today for St. Francis. Now we'll see if the offense can get on a roll against Taylor Carly. With just 3 more chances at the dish, they remain in a scoreless tie. Wetherell, Carricker, and Bolandis, top 3 in the batting order, will each get their 3rd look at Carly. Now Wetherell hits this one on the ground, straight up the middle, a base hit. Wetherell had flown out in each of her first 2 plate appearances. This time takes a different approach. Slaps it off the dirt and rolls it right in between the second baseman and shortstop for a leadoff single. Second straight inning for the Saints that the leadoff man has reached, but this time it's with the heart of the order coming up. It's a good recipe for scoring some runs. Brooke Carricker has already had a nice day at the plate, 2 for 2. Couple of base hits. She shows bunt this time, pulls the bat back, and takes ball one. Carricker was looking to make a play on a ground ball to end the top half of this inning. Shoved to the ground by Danielle Daly, who was racing by between first and second base. When it's runner's interference at the end of the inning, Wetherell takes off for second, pitches the ball, and the throw to second is late. Stolen base for Anna Wetherell. That's her 11th on the season. In 11 attempts, she has not been caught. And now she's in scoring position with nobody out. And a 2-0 count on Carricker. Good opportunity for an RBI right here for Brooke. Ground ball left side, picked up by the third baseman and thrown cleanly over to first by Naveau for out number one. Nice play by Naveau, and just what Taylor Carley needed right there. She needed an out that did not advance the runner. She got just that. And now it's Allie Belandis' turn. Belandis is 1 for 2 with a single. She grounded into a fielder's choice her last time up. Strike one called. Well, this is nothing new for Carley. She's been pitching around base runners all game. Wetherell's leadoff single made her the 7th base runner of the game for St. Francis. Belandis hits it hard, but right at the third baseman, Naveau. Throw to first base is not in time. And it's an infield hit for Allie Belandis. Wetherell not able to advance. So she's still at second base, but only 1 out, 2 on the bases now for Kayla Garcia. That ball was smoked by Belandis. Naveau kind of playing the goalie role there. Just knock it down, don't let it get by. She did that well, not able to finish the play with the throw over to first base, but she did the important part because the backup ball had gotten by her and out into left field. That's almost certainly a run for the Saints. Instead, Wetherell has to stay put at second. Kayla Garcia takes strike one. Garcia walked her last time up. She's 0 for 1. A 1 pitch. Garcia hits a hot shot to left field and a hit. Wetherell rounds third. She'll try to score, and she'll make it in without a throw. The Saints are on the board. Their first run comes in the bottom of the 5th on a Kayla Garcia RBI single. Allie Belandis moves up to second on the play. 1-0 St. Francis. Big run late in the game. And we'll get a new runner at first base as there's a meeting at the pitcher's rubber. Trying to settle Taylor Carley in. Big RBI for Kayla Garcia, number 19 this season for her. She's on base for the 2nd time. And with Anna Wetherell's speed, no chance to cut her down at the plate. Even for as hard as that ball was hit, right at the left fielder, Emily Gifford. New runner at first base. Kayla Garcia sits down for now. She'll be back in there the next time her spot comes up in the batting order, assuming it does. Hannah Sante is the pinch runner. Jensen Torzinski takes ball one. Torzinski is hitless. She has grounded out twice, once to third, once to second. She's batted with 2 runners on all 3 times. Hits this one on the ground right at the shortstop. Throw to first is in time. The runners advance on the play. Garcia to second, Belandis to third, so Torzinski advances both of them and allows Gallison an RBI chance, but Torzinski's retired 6-3 by Gina Loy. Torzinski's now grounded out 3 times to 3 different infielders. Gallison takes ball one. Ashley Gallison singled her last time up. She's 1 for 2. She takes a strike. The count is 1-1. The wind has been gusting in for the majority of the day. Hasn't really made a difference in the game because not too many players have hit the ball in the air. This one in the air, but in foul territory to the right side and out into the Saints dugout. It's 1-2 on Gallison. Garcia's at second, Belandis is at third. One run is already in this inning for the Saints. And that's a huge run, but certainly doesn't make you feel comfortable. A couple more might. One, two. Gallison grounds it at first base, picked up by Dumas, who steps on the bag and ends the inning. Another nice job done by Taylor Carley to pitch out of a big jam. And a one-run rally could have been a lot worse, but for now the Saints will settle for that one. They've got the lead as we head to the sixth, 1-0. After scoring a run in the bottom of the fifth, Saints now just 6 outs away from a win. But Derringer will have to go through the toughest part of the Trinity order this inning. Peyton Carley, Emily Dumas, and Sarah Grigas due up, the 2, 3, and 4 hitters. First pitch swinging for Carley, grounds it up the middle. Gallison, the shortstop, cuts it off, throws to first, not in time. Not a whole lot more Gallison could have done about that one. Carley just beat it out. Infield single. First time in the game that the Trojans have been able to get the leadoff batter on base. And they do it now representing the tying run as Emily Dumas stands in. Dumas swings through the first pitch, a fastball in her eyes for strike one. Dumas 0 for 2. She struck out swinging in the first, popped out to third base in the fourth inning. 256 hitter for the year. She's got 5 extra base hits. The pitch is a ball high. Runner goes, throw to second, not in time. 1-1 on Dumas and a runner in scoring position now with nobody out. Peyton Carley picks up her 11th steal this year, like Anna Weatherall. She has not been caught, 11 for 11. Swung on, popped up, foul ground, and out of play. 1-2. This will be a good time for a Morgan Derringer strikeout. Hasn't had as many of them in this game as she may be accustomed to, just 4 in 5 innings. She entered play with 87 Ks in 67 innings this season. Strike 3 called at the knees of Dumas for out number 1. Big strikeout for Derringer, just at the time that she needed it most. Her 5th of the game. And Dumas not able to advance Carley from second base. Still in scoring position with only 1 down. Derringer a long way to go to get out of this inning, and the first pitch to Grigas misses for ball 1. Sarah Grigas is 1 for 2 with a single. She takes a strike. Count is 1-1. 1 out, 1 on, 1-0 to score. St. Francis on top. Thanks to a Kayla Garcia RBI single just last inning. Ball low, 2-1. Tenley Bozzi waits in the on-deck circle. Trinity trying to break through against Morgan Derringer and end her scoreless inning streak. Ball low, 3-1. Derringer in conference play. It's just the 3rd conference game of the season. And in conference play, she has not allowed a run in 16 1/3 innings. It's just over 2 days. Strike called, 3-2. Derringer gets back into the at-bat with a big strike right there. Now the payoff pitch. Swung on and lifted on the infield. Left side, playable for Rolniak, who puts the squeeze on it for out number 2. 2 big outs recorded by the Fighting Saints, and now they're 1 away from ending a dangerous inning. Hayden Carley singled and stole second base. She was in scoring position with nobody out. She's still there with 2 outs. Tenley Bozzi takes strike 1. Bozzi is 0 for 2. She's grounded out, and she's flown out. Strike 2 called, and quickly behind in the count. 0-2 on Bozzi. Derringer has really buckled down here. The runner at second and nobody out, working quickly. The 0-2 just misses, ball 1. She made quick work of Dumas striking her out. And after falling behind Grigas, got her to pop up on the infield. And had a Bozzi quickly 0-2. Now it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Next pitch misses high, ball 2. So Bozzi showing patience at the plate. Keeps the inning alive for at least 1 pitch more. A base hit could tie the score. A strike would end the inning. Derringer's 2-2. Fouled back. Trinity trying to win their 5th consecutive game. Saints are trying to pick up their 14th victory of the year, and they're looking for their 5th straight win as well, in fact. Ground ball to Gallison. The shortstop has it, throws to first, and the inning is over. Nice work by Morgan Derringer. Runner at second, nobody out, and she pitches out of it without allowing a run. Saints now just 3 outs away from the win. They'll look to add some insurance in the bottom of the 6th. 1-0, St. Francis leads. Haley Length leads off the bottom of the 6th for St. Francis, swings the first pitch and bounces it twice over to short. Picked up by Loy. Her throw is in time. Out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out in the bottom of the 6th. 7, 8, and 9 in the batting order for the Fighting Saints. Facing Taylor Carley, who's been excellent in this game. But but just not quite as good as Morgan Derringer, who's got 6 shutout frames under her belt. Waiting in the dugout right now to go back out there and try to pick up those last 3 outs. Caitlin Rolniak takes ball 1. Rolniak is 0 for 1 with the ground out. Dropped down a sacrifice bunt her first time up. Ball inside, 1-1. Make that 2-0. Kayla Garcia's single scored Anna Weatherall with 1 out in the bottom of the 5th inning. That's her only run so far. Ground ball left side and through. In between Loy and Naveau that time. A base hit for Rolniak, her first hit of the evening. She stands at first base with only 1 out for Paige Egan. Paige Egan started this game, but oddly enough, she's getting her first plate appearance right here. Egan was pinch hit for by Julie Chernikowski back in the 2nd inning. Chernikowski was replaced in right field by Maddie Keating. Keating was pinch hit for by Lena Mito in the 4th, and then Mito was replaced in right field by, once again, Paige Egan, who bunts the first pitch foul. Or did she? Guess not. Got her in the arm. Got her in the arm rather than the bat, and she was able to get the bat back. Rather than taking the strike, she's hit by the pitch, and there are 2 on base now with only 1 out for Anna Weatherall. The umpires will have another discussion. It's happened a couple of times today. Maybe they just like each other's company. Good conversation. Did get her in the elbow. To me, the question would not be, did the ball hit her? It's, was she in the process of bunting at the time? In which case, even if it did hit her, it would still be a strike. But umpires have conferred and decided she did indeed get the bat back. So back to the top of the order. Weatherall takes ball 1. Anna Weatherall has the only run in today's game, and now she's trying to pick up an RBI too. She's 1 for 3 with a single, a stolen base. And that run coming in the 5th inning. Ball 2 called. It's 2-0. Rolniak singled. Egan was hit by a pitch. They're at 2nd and 1st bases, respectively. Hit in the air, shallow left field. Coming over towards the line to make the catch is Emily Gifford. And she puts away Weatherall. He flies out for the 3rd time today. Runners hold their positions. Still at 1st and 2nd now. 2 outs for Brooke Carricker. Carricker is 2 for 3 with a couple of base hits. She grounded out her last time up. Swing and a pop-up, right side foul, out of play. In the top of the 7th, the Trojans will have their 6, 7, and 8 hitters due up. Gina Loy, Lauren Naveau, and Danielle Daly. The 0-1 misses outside, 1-1. Carricker swings and drives it deep down the left field line. That is a foul ball. It scoots all the way down to the permanent fence down there. She really hammered that ball and just fouled by less than a foot, I would say. Would have been 3-0 right now if that ball had been hit just a little bit closer towards center field. But Carricker will just try to do it again. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count now as Taylor Carley readies herself for the next pitch. Down the right field line, and this time it's fair. A run will score. Egan pulls up at 3rd base as Carricker heads into 2nd, an RBI double. Now with that 1 swing of the bat, the Saints double their lead. It's 2-0. That ball not hit quite as hard as the previous one. Went the opposite way rather than pulling at that time. And for as close as that last ball was to being fair, that's how close this one was to being foul. But on the right side of the line this time. Carricker picks up the big double, her 7th of the year, 12th RBI. And now it's Allie Belandis with still 2 runners on base. Belandis takes strike 1. Belandis has been aboard all 3 times, once on a fielder's choice. She's also got 2 singles, 2 for 3 in a game. Belandis pops it up, right side, foul ground, playable. And Emily Dumas scoots over to make the catch to end the inning. But a run scores on 2 hits. A couple of runners left on. We'll head to the 7th. Morgan Derringer and company 3 outs away from their 5th straight win. Top of the 7th, last chance for the Trojans, and Gina Loy fouls the first pitch off behind home plate. Strike 1. Loy is 0 for 2 with a ground out and a strikeout in the game. Trying to start a 7th inning rally against Morgan Derringer, who's looking for her 2nd straight complete game shutout. All the way to the left side, 0-2 on Loy. Trinity has had at least 1 base runner in all but 1 inning today. The problem offensively is they've never had 2 base runners in any inning. That ball is popped up, foul ground, and off the light pole, out of play. Still 0-2 on number 22, Loy. One more game coming up after this one. Take about a half-hour break between. And then game 2, another 7-inning contest between St. Francis and Trinity International. Ball 1 outside, 1-2 on Loy. Lauren DeVoe's on deck. Danielle Daly due up 3rd this inning. Ball high, 2-2. If anybody reaches, we'll see Taylor Carley come up. Carley pitched to Jem. She has pitched to Jem, I should say. She may not be done. Ball inside, 3-2, but for Carley to take her team back out onto the field. Offensively, they would need at least 2 runs first. Fly ball, fair territory this time. Out to left, Haley Lent comes in the shallow outfield grass. She makes the catch for the first out of the inning. Brings up Lauren DeVoe. 1 for 2 in the game with a single and a ground out. Ball 1. That Loy flyout marks the 6th time in 7 innings that Morgan Derringer has retired the leadoff hitter. Hit in the air on the infield. Left side playable for Gallison. The shortstop makes the catch. 2 down, and the Saints are 1 out away from their 3rd straight win to open conference season. Last hope for the Trojans is their DP, Danielle Daly. Number 14 hits from the right side. Daly takes ball 1. Danielle Daly walked her last time up. The only walk of the game issued by Morgan Derringer. Daly's also struck out. She's 0 for 1. Hasn't made contact in her 2 plate appearances. She's in the driver's seat here, 2-0. Right-handed pitcher Derringer delivers and fires a strike. 2-1. Saints broke a scoreless tie with a run in the bottom of the 5th. 1 more in the 6th. Swing and a miss. It's 2-2. And now they're 1 strike away. Actually, check that. That's swing and a miss for strike 3. I had the count wrong. It's strike 3, and that's enough for Morgan Derringer to finish it off. Her 6th strikeout of the game and her final, as she retires the final 6 hitters of this contest and comes away with her 10th win of the year. The Saints defeat the Trinity International Trojans by a score of 2-0, and they improved to 3-0 in conference play. They're now 14-5 on the year. Nice win today for the Saints, and in particular, great performance by Morgan Derringer. The offense had some trouble at times getting to Taylor Carley, but they did just enough to get through in the later innings and give enough support to Derringer. Let's go back over the scoring. As I said, it went all the way into the bottom of the 5th inning in a scoreless tie, but 3 singles for St. Francis broke that up. Anna Weatherall had a base hit, as did Allie Belandis, and Kayla Garcia's single scored Weatherall and made it 1-0. Then in the 6th inning, Caitlin Rolniak's single. Paige Egan was hit by a pitch, and Brooke Carricker's double scored Rolniak to make it 2-0. That was more than enough for Morgan Derringer, who never allowed more than 1 base runner in an inning, allowed just 4 hits in the whole ball game and 1 walk. She struck out 6, and she threw her 2nd consecutive complete game shutout in 2 games now. I should say 2 days, in 3 games at home this season. She has thrown 18 total innings and not allowed a single run. So again, our final here, 2-0. Saints improved to 14-5, 3-0 in the CCAC. Trinity International falls to 7-8. Their 4-game winning streak comes to an end, and they are 0-1 in conference play, but they'll get another chance for a win in just about a half hour. Right around 6:10 or so, we'll be starting game number 2 of this doubleheader. Saints looking for a sweep of Trinity International, and you can come back and catch that broadcast right here at GoFightingSaints.com on the USF Athletics YouTube channel. I'm going to step aside for right now, but back in a little while with game 2 of the doubleheader. The Saints take the opener 2-0.